Hello, babies. How are you? Sending love and lights. How have you been? How are you mentally? How are you physically? How are you emotionally? We don't get asked them questions enough. So I want to know. I want to know. How are you? It's been a week. It's been a week. It's been a good week, though. It's been a money making week. Yes. Right now, I'm just, getting into the bag so, I can be able to fund everything that I want to fund in this venture that you know, that I'm building, this empire that I'm building, this legacy that I am building. Yes, it's a journey. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it be all butterflies. It don't. It don't. It be days where I cry. I cry like a baby. I sit there and be mad and yell and scream and cry because sometimes it takes for you to just get those emotions out. It's okay to get those emotions out. You just have to know how to move forward when you're doing it. I'm sorry, you guys. But yes, it's a journey. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna say everything good. I'm not gonna say everything's bad. But you get both. They come hand in hand. You're gonna get some things gonna be good, some things bad. And I didn't this week didn't show me. I didn't seen a lot of good, but I also didn't had a few jabs come at me like, really, what's going on? Cause what's going on? But as I've said before, when you're trying to do different, when you're growing, when you're doing things different, it's gonna be a lot of curveballs that come your way, but keep pushing forward. Continue to keep pushing forward. It is gonna be hard. It's gonna be lonely. It's gonna feel like you can't do it at times. But as a person that has been through the storm and is going through the storm, keep pushing. Keep pushing because like I said, I didn't witness some bad, but a lot of the times the good outweighs the bad. Because sometimes we don't see the good. Because sometimes the bad be outweighing the good. But as long as there is good in the situation, it's all worth fighting for. That's how I feel. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson. So if I go on this journey and say, I don't do everything that I want to do, as long as I achieve some of those things and learn something in that process, then I'm gonna be okay because I learned something. So now I know what not to do, and now I know how I can do it better. Don't downplay yourself. Don't belittle yourself. Don't talk down to none of it. Lift yourself up in those moments. Because I be having my times like, oh, you just stupid. And no. You learning. You experiencing. Life is about experience. Experience. And I can say the more you experience, the more you know not to do. The more you know to do, but the more you know what not to do. Cause it's like, I done been through some things, baby. Girl was in the fire. Like, man, it's hard. It's hard. And especially now, like I said, I'm building a business from scratch. I've been a business person pretty much all my life, so it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. It's been challenging because, I'm a single mother. I currently really haven't been working or whatever. I do little jobs here and there, helping people out and stuff like that, but I haven't had a job since my parents passed, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. So like I said, but last week I've been making a lot of money, trying to get a lot of things taken care of. So I've been networking with a lot of people, meeting people, knowing the right people to talk to. I've still been reading my books, even though I feel like I be knowing everything in the dang book. I still been reading and gain more knowledge, affirmations. Make sure I'm saying my affirmations. I got the affirmation thing set up on my phone. I do my ones in the morning that I have wrote down right here on the wall. But I also have them come to my phone maybe every 30 minutes, you know, just to keep me uplifted during the day, because we need it. We need it, but you actually have to believe it. You have to say it and believe it, because if you say it and you don't believe it, it won't work. It won't work. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. It takes your inner knowing that you have it, you believe in yourself, you trust yourself, and you trust in God and walking in faith. Like, and I can honestly say on this journey, that has been one of the hardest things, is walking by faith, because you be like, oh, I just want it to happen now. I just want it to happen now. But if it was to happen now, you wouldn't be ready. You wouldn't be ready. Like, if what I am trying to do would just happen right here, right now, how I wanted it to happen, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right, because I don't have the knowledge of everything and every aspect and every, you know, that I want to have to be able to be successful in what I am trying to do. So sometimes you have to go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. It does. It does. It does. You literally have to. It's like a book. You gotta read a chapter a day. Read it and try to understand it. Get, you know, like, that's how I be having to look at it sometimes, because like, God be testing me. God be testing me. He know I can sit here and go, and God won't put more on you than you can handle. He will not. He will not. He know that you are strong enough to get some of the things that he put on you, and that's why he will, to see like how you gonna overcome it. And like I said, sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we fall short, but you best believe next time we try it again, we gonna do it better. Like, and like I said, it's all about experience. It's all about experience. It's all about growing from that experience. Don't take a situation and be like, oh, I didn't get to do what I originally planned on doing, so I failed. That's not how we look at it. We look at it as, okay, yeah, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, but it happened in some aspects, so I'm gonna take what I would work for me in this situation and use that to my advantage, and let it play out in something else, or in a different, you know, in a different direction. I done had to change up a lot of things. I ain't liking it. But it's for the better. Like, yeah. It's been a lot of things that I've had to adjust to in this chapter of my life. It's a lot of things I had to change in this chapter in my life. It's a lot of things that I had to learn, relearn. In this chapter of my life, it's a lot of things I had to accept in this chapter of my life. Like, it's really a journey, but it starts with you knowing you. It starts with you doing the inner work to know who you are, what you want in life, the way you want to live in life, and doing it to the best of your abilities, and not nobody else, and not letting nobody else drag you down. Because when I say people don't understand you, so they ain't, you know, a lot of people don't root for you because they don't understand what you're doing. I be like, oh, you know, what you think of is so far-fetched, and it's just a dream, man, you know. But my dream gonna be a reality. It's gonna come to fruition. Like, I'm gonna be able to do all the things that I wanted to do plus some if I put my mind to it. All I have to do is put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do anything I want to do, and that's exactly why I want to teach other people how to do it. Like, I went through some stuff, and I'm okay with talking about it now. Like, a lot of the situations that I've been through, I didn't used to be able to talk about because I didn't know how. But it's come to the point where I'm comfortable with everything I have been through. Can't nobody talk about me because I'll talk about myself before I give a person a chance to talk about me. But even if people do talk about me, okay, that's something that I've been through. That's not who I am today. And I'm thankful for what I've been through, because the things that I've been through has led me to the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming. That's how you gotta look at it. Haters gonna hate. Let them hate. If they ain't hating, you ain't doing it right. No, but seriously, it should. You got them. And sometimes they be the closest people to your friends. your family, your co-workers, anybody. It could be anybody. So that's why I said sometimes you gotta walk these journeys alone. I'm walking mine alone, but I'm walking it with you because I want to be able to teach people like you can go through things and get through them, and you can do better, you can be better, and it ain't all peaches and cream, but it ain't all, you know. I know we be so stuck and feel like, oh, I went through this, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm doing, it's this, it's that, it's, you know, and I be feeling that way too sometimes. But it's always a brighter side to things. You just have to try to look for the brighter side of it. And don't let things get to you. Life, it's life. It happens. Life happens. Things happen. And some things you can't control, and you gotta learn how not to, you know, react off emotion when things don't happen how you planned them to happen, or, you know, stuff like that. It's all a journey. You just gotta know, okay, next time I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna ride it out. And you gotta know how to put yourself first. Stop putting other people before you. Put yourself first. Like, what do you want? What do you know? What? And I love the babies. I love the babies, but sometimes you gotta take that out of it. Not what my baby want. What do you want out of life? I understand that we have children, and you know we supposed to give them a life, but you have to give yourself a life in order to give your children a life. I was sitting here working a job that I loved but hated with all my heart because they didn't appreciate the things that I did, and I was overworking and underpaid and things like that. And sometimes we have to take that stuff into consideration because our children go through those things too. So now I decided I got to put myself in a better position so I can put my daughter in a better position. But if I don't put myself in a better position, how could I ever put her in a better position? It's all about you, and then the rest follows. You gotta know that. With love, with friendships, family, with any relationship, with business, like, stand on yours. Because, like, I promise, like, people be like, when people hear my business plan and everything, like, and I ain't just going around telling people my business plan, because people will take your stuff. Do not. I keep my stuff under wraps. But the people that I trust, that I talk to, they don't understand it. So that's why, you know, I had to start getting quiet on this journey. On this journey, it calls you to get quiet. Sometimes you can't tell your next move. Sometimes you just gotta do it because people not gonna believe in it until you do it anyway. You gotta get it done. This was just me, you know, I came on here to show people that you can go through things and get through things. I wanted to show people that spirituality ain't as bad as people make it seem. I want to show people that you can stop working a 9 to 5 and build a business, or you can continue to work a 9 to 5 and just know how to use what you got to, you know, but in a good way. You don't have to manipulate people. You don't have to nothing, but you can make people respect you in the same sense. And you don't have to do it in a negative way. I used to be so rah. And it wasn't until I calmed down and started listening and started paying attention to my surroundings and environments. And every room ain't got the same, you know, like every room ain't the same. It's different people, different characteristics, everything in those rooms. You have to pay attention to the rooms you walk in. You have to be what you're trying to become in every room that you go in, and know what rooms are for you and what rooms are not. It's a process, but you can get through it. It's tough. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it ain't just all hard either. You gotta be able to balance them both. You gotta be able to say, I'm gonna put me first, and you gotta be able to execute what you're trying to do. just some gems for you. No, but seriously, I love you all, and it's gonna be a money making week, so I'm gonna get with you all as much as possible. Please leave comments, talk to me. I want to know you, I want to learn you, what's going on in your life. Like, comment, share, subscribe, anything. Like, we talking about it on this channel. I didn't talk about so much on this channel. I'm gonna come back and talk about some more stuff, because I know y'all want to hear about, some of them relationships and stuff that I done been through, because I'll tell you before anybody else tell you. No, but like that, and I want to kind of walk you all really through my spiritual journey, because it's been hard, and it's really steps, and I didn't really understand the steps as I was going through them, but I'm kind of more aware of them now that I'm studying it. And so I just want to show you all, and get you all help. Like, shoot, it's a whole world out here, and it's changing, and we were led to believe a lot of things that are untrue. A lot of things growing up that we learned in school and stuff is not true. It's not true. And I have a lot of knowledge of it, and I really don't be knowing how to talk about it. So that's why they haven't been, I'm sorry. That's why I haven't really came out and talked about that on this channel yet. But I'm going to start. But yeah, I'm just trying to, I have to learn. Before I sit here and just put information out there, I be having to make sure it's true. I be having to check in with God, like, God, you just told me this. Well, I heard this. Is you telling me this? Is it true? Like, I be having to go to source for understanding. And a lot of the times I get confirmation, but it's still like, they be touchy subjects, so I don't really know how to talk about them. But everything that I have been talking about on this channel is pretty much like, I kind of been taking you through the journey already. It's a lot. But if you work through it, you can really get through it. And if you really try to understand, you'll understand a lot more things about yourself, a lot of things about spirituality, a lot of things, about God, about the universe. I'm one of those. And it ain't nothing that I can do about it. Like, I get downloads and I talk to source, and that's just who I am. And I didn't really understand it at first. I didn't, because I always felt like, oh, I was psychic or something. Like, not really much psychic, but you have those feelings, like intuition. You have those feelings, and it's like, I always be right about the feelings that I be having. I never understood it, and it's because how spiritual I am. You really do get downloads, and sometimes they may not make sense as soon as they come to you, and then sometimes they come to you and you think about something else, like, why did I think about that? But that's what it is. And it's like, for majority of my life, I've been going through this. Like I said, before my baby daddy passed, like, I'm one of those people that kind of sense death that's going to happen around them. So like, when my baby daddy passed, like maybe a few weeks before that, I had a conversation with him, just talking to him and telling him like how he was moving wasn't right, and that he needed to try to change some things, because I just felt like something bad was going to happen. And 2 weeks later, he had ended up getting shot. So like, that was one thing, and I just felt like that was very, very weird. But even a year prior to my baby daddy passing, one of my cousins, I knew he was in the streets and stuff, and he had came to see me one day at my grandma's house. And we was just sitting in the car talking. I was like, I love you and your brothers, and y'all just need to get out the street. Something bad gonna happen, and I just don't want nothing to happen. And he ended up passing a few weeks after that. So I've always been a type of person that can sense things around me, and I never really understood it. But being on my spiritual journey has taught me that I ain't crazy. And I just have a different understanding of things around me, because I'm more in tune. And when you're at a higher vibration, higher frequency, you do get those downloads, and sometimes those things do happen. And a lot of people have different gifts, like different abilities, And it just depends on your background, and a lot of times we don't know our backgrounds, because I don't know much about my background besides the downloads that I receive. So yeah, like, it's a journey, it's a process, but if you're willing to go through it, you will learn a lot of things about you, your ancestors. You will learn a lot of things about worldly things, about the mind. Like, you will learn a lot of things. I've been learning a lot of things about astrology, a lot of things about everything. You learn a lot of things that you may have thought was weird before. This is something that's new to me, but I can't say that I don't love it, because I do. I do love it. I love to be able to talk to God. I love to be able to feel God. I love to be able to feel my ancestors and guides around me. I love being able to walk out in nature and feel the universe, re-energizing me, and it's just a different little world for me. And I just want to share it with you all, because it's a beautiful world if you take the time to believe. And most of the times we have the understanding, we just don't have the understanding, like the full understanding, because like I said, we were taught to believe so many things from the past, like from our grandmas and great grandmas, and we were made up to believe that these things were how life was supposed to be, and it's a whole different way to life than how we're supposed to be living. And if you tap into yourself and tap into source, it'll help you become a little more clearer on your path, what you're supposed to be doing in life, who you truly are, what you truly desire. I love it. And I hope you are ready to take this journey with me, because it's only up from here. I love you all. Talk to you all later.